All right, welcome everybody. I hope you enjoyed that premiere of Nature Journaling in the Canopy. And right now I have the journal that I had up there in the Canopy with me. So if you didn't know that there was a premiere before this live, make sure you check it out. You can always watch that one later. So it's a recording. But if you check out over in the comments, I put a link to it. It's called Nature Journaling High in the Amazon. And here you can see the Nature Journal page that I did while I was there and some of the notes that I added in afterwards. So my main focus was on doing this landscapeito here, getting my metadata, and also conveying this experience of the Trigona bees landing in my eyes and how much of a challenge that was. There was also some incidental birding going on with some mini banded arasaris, some other toucans, some tanagers, and a mysterious raptor that took a while for people to identify. This was definitely a challenging moment, but really good experience for me because I'm planning on doing a training to learn how to climb into the canopy to do nature journaling. This is something that I was thinking about for a while. And then in a conversation, a coincidental conversation with Matthias Lanus, who's a science illustrator and nature journaler, also taught at the Wild Wonder Nature Journaling Conference. In a conversation with him, he mentioned that he had done a training in canopy access, how to climb up into the canopy very recently. And he told me the company that he did it with. So that was a really exciting moment. And then when I was in Yasuni nature journaling, this is considered the single most biodiverse place on the entire planet. When I was there, we went into this tower. Here you can see my drawing of the tower. It was extremely tall. While we were there, I met some Ecuadorian biologists and ornithologists that I actually had met at a birding festival where I taught nature journaling, and they were doing a canopy climbing class as well. So these things all lining up are an indication to me that this is something that I need to do. And I'm really excited to let you all know that this January, I am going to be doing a course on canopy access. And let me just share my screen with you right now, and I'll show you the course. And if any of you are interested in learning how to climb up into the canopy, check out the course, sign up. It would be really cool if there's another nature journaler by myself. I think mostly it's probably going to be biology students. And all right, so I'm going to share my screen here so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. Sorry about the background noise. I am at the cafeteria at a science field station in southern Costa Rica. Okay, so now you can see the screen here. This is the organization Institute for Tropical Ecology and Conservation. They have a science field station in Panama. I'm actually really close to Panama right now. And they have a whole bunch of different courses, including coral reef research. Look at this person right here is taking notes underwater. This would be another thing to infiltrate. However, I've decided that underwater nature journaling and coral reef stuff is not something I'm going to do in this lifetime. So hopefully there's another nature journal educator and ambassador who's interested in infiltrating this field of study and bringing nature journaling techniques underwater to the coral reef, because this is a super important ecosystem that could really benefit from some of our nature journaling techniques. That's not the class I'm going to be doing. The one I'm going to be doing is, let's check out here, field courses, canopy access techniques. So here you can see, oh, is it going to start raining? It might start raining here any moment. Here you can see someone climbing up into the canopy, and this class is called Forest Canopy Access Techniques. It's designed to provide students with the methodology and expertise necessary to explore and conduct research in the tropical forest canopy. The course involves a hand-on approach to the techniques necessary for accessing the canopy. Here is the teacher right here, and a little bit more about the class. It's really cool to read about it. There's even going to be, here, check this part out. Students will continue to climb into the canopy each day, and there will be some climbs done at night. Students will also be expected to participate in a blindfold climb. It's a 2-week long course. We're going to be going to the Central Highlands, doing an optional cloud forest climb, and a lot of really great stuff. Actually, wait, I think it's 4 weeks. Now check this person out here. This person is up in the canopy. You can see they've got all these ropes connected to them and they have a journal. Okay. So what a better place to introduce some nature journaling techniques to take what these people are doing to the next level. A lot of times science field notes are really great. They at least they have a practice for taking science, for taking field notes that they are learning in school. But just think about how nature journaling practices can take this stuff to a whole nother level. But the good thing is that they already have a practice of carrying a journal, so it makes it easier to teach nature journaling to people like that. So, really excited about this coming up in the future, and I just wanted to share it with all of you. This was sort of just a preview of what that's going to be like. Here, I wrote about it. Let me read you some of the stuff here. You can see my eyeball with the bees, and I'm sure I'm going to have to deal with these Trigona bees when I climb up into the canopy as well. So, here's what I wrote. Very focused despite hundreds of bees trying to go into my eyes, people trying to talk to me and tell me to point in the other direction. That was the other funny thing. On top of this tower, there were other people. The bees weren't bothering them as much as me for whatever reason. And a lot of them would be coming over and saying, hey, why don't you make a landscape painting pointing the other direction? Or why don't you do this or that? And trying to talk to me. But they probably thought I was like mean or something because I was very focused. But that's what you have to do. Otherwise, I would have never finished these. I would have never completed this page if I was just chatting with everybody up there or just swatting the bees the whole time. So let me read a little bit more of what I wrote, and then I'll probably sign off here because there's a lot of background noise. Despite the Trigona torture, this was a peak experience. The view was amazing, and there were birds to see, as well as the high canopy of Ceiba pitandra, which was fascinating. But I really had to work hard to focus on one thing at a time and be ruthless in prioritizing. It took a lot of self-discipline to suffer hundreds of insects crawling all over my face and into every orifice on my head, including my eyes. So I had earplugs that I put in so that they wouldn't go deeper into my ears, which is something that's really, if both of your hands are being used for nature journaling, you can't be constantly taking bees out of your ears or even out of your eyes. I just had to let them crawl through my eyes. Thank God for the earplugs that I always carry. Coincidentally, a group showed up of Ecuadorian biologists and some that I knew from the bird festival in Misawayi, Jorge and Yesenia, and they were getting ready to do some canopy work. What a coincidence. Is it a sign? So this is a really cool thing that was happening a lot in Ecuador and is starting to happen in Costa Rica as well, is that as I go through these field stations or do nature journaling in these places, I start to meet people, I start to network, I start to make connections, and then those people start to connect as well. So they either already know each other, or I start meeting people and seeing people repeat times over and over again. And what this means is that the nature journaling message and the nature journaling concepts that I am transmitting are more likely to be carried on and continued because of this network effect. And I'm intentionally going to places and I'm intentionally trying to share resources with people who are exceptional networkers and places that are hubs for networking. So the science field stations that I've been staying at in Costa Rica so far, and even the lodgings where I have been staying, have been chosen specifically with the goal of spreading nature journaling concepts. As soon as my nature journal is out, people come over and start asking questions, and it turns into a learning experience. Thanks for everyone who's joining in. Thanks, Nanette, Eli, and Cindy for joining in. More coming soon. There's other Yasuni videos. Make sure you watch those. That was really a great experience, and a bunch more exciting videos to come after that. Thanks especially to everybody who supports me on Patreon. That's actually my main source of income right now. Luckily, my costs are a lot less living in South America and Central America now, as I have been for the last 6 months or so. And basically, my Patreon is what makes it possible. The Patreon's members believe in the mission that nature journaling can help make the world a better place, and they support the show. It's basically the only way that the show is monetized. I make about $15 from ads a month and would love to eventually phase that out. So check out my Patreon for as little as $5 a month, which is basically the cost of a cup of coffee in the US. You can support the show and support the work that I'm doing, and everything goes directly into using nature journaling, teaching nature journaling, and spreading nature journaling around the world. Right now, the focus is on the tropical New World, and I think we're having some really good progress, and it's only been 6 months so far. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm going to go get ready to go looking for some vipers tonight and nature journaling in the dark in the rainforest. Bye. Oh.